Late last night, the house was quiet. Your dog was curled at the end of the bed or pressed against the side of the couch. Not asleep yet, just still, watching you breathe. In that moment, they weren't waiting for a treat or a walk. They were waiting to feel like they were yours. There are 8 acts of love your dog hopes for across their entire life. Most take less than a minute. Number 8 is the one that will sit with you long after they're gone. Number 1. Touch them like you actually mean it. Be honest. How do you pet your dog most of the time? On the way out the door? While you're scrolling your phone? One hand on them, one eye on the TV. You're touching them, sure, but you're not really there. Your dog can feel the difference between a hand that lands on them out of habit and a hand that stays because you chose to be there, between being touched and being held. You probably already knew that somewhere in your gut. Now there's research that confirms it. A 2024 study from the Université du Québec tested this directly with 52 dog owner pairs. In one condition, owners interacted with their dogs normally. In the other, they practiced mindful, focused contact. No distractions, full attention, slow, steady touch. The results went in both directions. The owners felt calmer. The dogs became more affectionate. Both sides showed increases in well-being that didn't appear when the contact was rushed or distracted. And the dogs who received that focused touch actually started initiating more contact on their own in the hours that followed. The attention didn't just feel good in the moment. Number 2. Say their name like it matters. You say your dog's name constantly, to call them, to correct them, to talk at them while you're doing something else. Be honest, most of the time their name is background noise, something tossed into the air with no real feeling behind it. But your dog is listening anyway. Researchers at the Universities of Lincoln and Sussex published a study in 2025 that found dogs can pick out their own name even when it's buried inside a flat, emotionless stream of speech. They don't need the high-pitched baby voice to hear it. They're already scanning for it. But when their name came wrapped in warmth, when it was paired with genuine attention and a softer tone, the dogs didn't just hear it. They oriented. Their ears shifted forward. Their whole body leaned toward the speaker. The response was noticeably different. Think about that. Your dog's name isn't just a word. It's a signal that tells them whether this moment includes them or not. You can say it 100 times a day and it'll mean nothing. Or you can say it once, slowly, with your eyes on them, and it'll land like a hand on their chest. Tomorrow morning, before the routine starts, say their name, just once. Look at them when you do it. Watch what happens to their ears. You'll notice something different about how they come to you after that. Not faster, softer. Now the next act is something your dog almost never gets, and it has to do with the walk you take them on every day. Number 3. Let them lead you somewhere. You've probably noticed this and never thought twice about it. Your dog used to pull toward every interesting smell on the walk. After a while, they stopped. Most people figure the dog calmed down or got used to the route, but sometimes what actually happened is quieter than that. They stopped expecting the walk to include them. Now imagine someone else controlled every part of your day. When you woke up, what you ate, where you went, when you came back. After months of that, something in you would go quiet. You'd stop expecting your choices to matter. That's what a lot of dogs live with. A 2023 review in Frontiers in Veterinary Science found that when animals have no ability to influence their environment, they stop trying altogether. Not because they've lost interest, because they've learned that nothing they do leads anywhere. But animals given even small opportunities to choose show drops in stress hormones and increases in confidence. The researchers called control a core psychological need, not a luxury. Open a door and let them decide whether to go out. Let them pick the direction at the end of the block. Put 2 toys down and wait. Next time you walk them, try something. When you reach a corner, stop. Let your dog decide which way to go. Watch their face change when they realize you're actually asking. Their ears will lift. Their tail will shift. That tiny moment of being heard can change the energy of the entire walk. But there's one moment in your dog's day where trust is won or lost in about 10 seconds. And most of us blow right past it. Number 4. Come home to them on purpose. You walk through the front door after work or after errands. Your dog is right there, tail wagging, body wiggling, every part of them pointed at you. And what do most of us do? We drop our bag. We check our phone. We call out to someone else in the house. We walk right past them. Researcher Therese Wren found that the longer a dog had been separated from their owner, the more intensely they greeted them upon reunion. More tail wagging, more body contact, more attention directed straight at the owner. The dog wasn't just happy, they were confirming. The bond is still there, you still came back. I started paying attention to this with my own dog. I noticed that when I got down on one knee and just said hello, calmly, not matching their excitement, but just being steady, the rest of the evening was different. The pacing stopped sooner, the energy settled faster. That one moment of quiet acknowledgement gave them permission to relax. Walk in, pause, look at your dog, say their name, touch them, then go about your night. You came back and they were the first thing on your mind. That's all they needed to know. And if a calm hello can steady their entire evening, imagine what happens when something goes wrong and no one comes back to fix it. Number 5, repair what you accidentally break. This one hit me the first time I really sat with it. You've snapped at your dog after a bad day. You've accidentally stepped on their paw and kept walking. You've shoved them off the bed a little harder than you meant to. It happens to every owner. And usually we just move on and assume they forgot about it. They didn't forget. A 2020 study in applied animal behavior science found that dogs actively engage in reconciliation after conflict. They seek out signals that the relationship is safe again. And the reason isn't about rank or dominance, it's about reducing uncertainty. Conflict creates stress in a dog's body, and the fastest way to end it is knowing the bond is still intact. So when you accidentally hurt your dog, what they need is simple. Get low, soften your face, quiet your voice, let them come to you. They can't understand the words sorry, but they can read your body posture and your willingness to be still. That's the repair. When those small breaks go unrepaired over months, your dog doesn't become angry, they become careful. The trust doesn't shatter, it just thins, slowly, until one day you realise they don't rest against you the way they used to. Tonight, if there's a moment that goes wrong, come back to them. Get down to their level. Let them feel you close the gap. That's love in a language they already understand. If understanding your dog on this level matters to you, hit subscribe. We break down what your dog is really telling you every single week. Number 6. Love them enough to let them go quiet. Here's where most loving owners accidentally get it wrong. Your dog walks away from you. They curl up behind the couch or under the kitchen table, and your first reaction is to follow them. You crouch down, call their name. What's wrong, buddy? Come here, come back. You do it because you love them. But what your dog hears is, I'm not going to let you be alone, even when you need to be. A study at the University of Guelph tested this with therapy dogs. They compared 2 conditions. In one, humans could pet the dogs whenever they wanted. In the other, the dogs had the choice to approach or move away. When the dogs controlled the interaction, everything changed. They showed fewer stress signals. They engaged more willingly. They were calmer throughout. The simple act of being allowed to say, not right now, made the entire experience better for them. The principle is the same in your living room. A dog who knows they can walk away without being chased is a dog who never has to hide. Loving your dog doesn't always mean being close to them. Sometimes it means noticing they've gone quiet and choosing to leave the quiet alone. When they're ready, they'll come back to you. And when they do, they'll come back softer. Next time your dog walks away from the room, let them go. Don't follow, don't call, just wait. When they pad back 20 minutes later and press their head against your leg, that silence you gave them is the reason they came back so willingly. Number 7. Love the version of them that's standing in front of you. You already know this one is coming. You just don't want to hear it yet. You fell in love with the puppy. The one who sprinted across the yard, launched themselves into your lap, and had energy that never seemed to end. And that version of your dog was easy to love because they matched the pace of the life you were building together. But dogs change. Their joints stiffen, their hearing fades. They stop running to the door when you come home and start walking. Then they stop walking and start lifting their head from wherever they were resting. And most owners read that as loss. It's not. A 2025 report from the American Psychological Association pulled together the latest research on how dogs age. What they found is that the bond between a dog and their owner doesn't weaken over time. It deepens. Older dogs become more attuned to their person, more responsive to emotional cues, and more reliant on the consistency of the relationship. The dog in front of you isn't fading. They're settling into the version of love that doesn't need to run anymore. The senior dog standing in front of you is not a lesser version of the one you adopted. They're the finished version. The one who needs shorter walks, softer floors, and more patience when they take a little longer to stand up. Don't spend their last chapter mourning the energy they used to have. Meet them where they are. Slow your pace until it matches theirs. That's not giving up. That's growing alongside the dog who grew alongside you. And that brings us to the last act, the one I mentioned at the very beginning, the one that costs nothing and means everything. Number 8. Be the last thing they feel. There will come a time, and for some of you watching this it may still be years away, when your dog enters a season that doesn't turn around. They'll sleep more, they'll eat less, they'll stop getting excited about the things that used to light them up, and you'll feel it before anyone has to say it out loud. In that season, the greatest thing you will ever do for your dog is stay. Not stay in the house, not stay nearby. Stay with them. On the floor if you have to. Your hand on their ribs. Your breathing steady. Your voice low and close. Not trying to fix anything. Not pulling away because it hurts to watch. Just being the same presence you've always been. Only now, it matters more than it ever has. Dogs don't understand what's ending. They don't know this is the last week or the last night, but they know whether you're there. They feel whether the hand on their fur is steady or shaking. If they could say one thing to you in that moment, it might sound something like this. You don't have to do anything. Just don't go. Your presence was the first thing they loved about you. On the first night in your home, when everything smelled unfamiliar and the world was too big, you were the thing that made it small enough to feel safe.